Full disclosure, I was in hospital this morning. They put me on pain medication and the pain medication hasn't worn off, so I can't feel my legs.
Get over here!
Ow! JBL still has a job, and by the looks of things, in the words of Terry Funk himself, I'll be doing this little bit to start every single WWE SmackDown Live WTF Moments video forever! 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 Next up, we have Shane McMahon calling Tamina a two-time WWE superstar. How the hell can that even be a thing? Forget about so good they named her twice, you know. Kelly. She was amazing and they named her twice. Tamina's so good they claimed she worked for the company twice. That doesn't make any sense, Shane, you pillock. One question's got to be asked. What has Shane been rolling up inside those dollar, holla, ting-tang, walla, bing, bang, dollar notes and smoking? Because what he said there made no pissing sense on any level. Not even the Never Level made. The only way this could make any sense is if you looked at gimmicks, you know. Kane technically is a three-time WWE superstar with Isaac Yankem, Diesel, and then Kane. But Tamina, this is all she's done for the entirety of her WWE career, where she's managed some, wrestled others, in between many crippling injuries. This is all she's done. Well, bugger my bum sideways and call me Kelly. Tamina actually spoke on a WWE live televised program. And there was me thinking she was a mute only capable of standing there doing this in between many crippling injuries. Because she spoke and because she actually picked up a pinfall victory, yes, that really did happen. You need to grab 4 of each animal, head for 2 bastard borders, because this is about to happen. The end is not. The end is not. The end is not. The end is not. And don't sit there and tell me that's a harsh assessment of Tamina, because we live in a world where she is part of the welcoming committee, despite the fact that she was drafted over to SmackDown with Charlotte, the woman who the welcome committee are actually welcoming. She's welcoming someone that's been on the brand for the same amount of time as her. Therefore, she makes no sense and is clearly inadequate in the minds of all at WWE. Can you tell I'm padding this out or what? Oh well, that's over. The chairman of WWE made her SmackDown Live debut without a chair. I can only assume the chair in all those vignettes was incredibly worn out, both in the sense of being tired and in the sense of it, you know, being physically worn out by all the gyration and rubbing Lana did on it. Next we have Tom Phillips, who face-f***ed the shit out of another line on commentary. Speaking of face-f***ing, Tom claimed that they didn't have Money in the Bank when JBL was WWE Champion, and JBL agreed with him, which means, I guess, that it's also John O'Clock, everybody. Let's do a little funny thing with his head to see that in through the door. As we all know, the first ever Money in the Bank ladder match took place at WrestleMania 21. Hours before, JBL lost the WWE Championship to John Cena. So while John was champion, Money in the Bank was a thing. So even though Money in the Bank had only been a thing for a couple of hours before JBL lost his championship, Edge, the winner of the first ever Money in the Bank ladder match, could have technically cashed in on John while his match with Cena was going on and made Cena just meh. There was a side at this week's WWE SmackDown Live that read Jinder Mahal is ticklish. One question and one question only. Yeah, how the f*** do you know, Mark? Now, as you know, I'm a crowd pleaser, I'm a fire starter, so I had to give you, Marks, value for money, even though these yo-cho videos are completely free of charge. So I'm here with a joke about tickling that will knock your blarting socks completely off. Here we go. How many tickles does it take to tickle an octopus? Let me tell you, it takes tentacles. Keep all this in, Richard. Got to pat this one out of it, you know, keep this in. Next up, we have a plot hole that isn't really a plot hole because it's so big that it could be considered as a yawning plot chasm. A chasm's a big hole. Massive. Oh, I'm speaking like Jack the Jobber here. And while we're talking about him, do not buy his box. Buy King Ross's mystery box from shop.whatculture.com. The only bit of merch these days that I benefit from whatsoever. So please, support me and put food on my table, my wife's table, my daughter's table, and my son's table. We have 4 tables, one for each person, just like AJ Styru. Solana, the chairman of WWE, just waltzed into a promo at the start of the show, insulted Naomi, just said, "How, pal, I could beat you, you know?" And Naomi's like, "Nah, mate, you couldn't, you know. Who have you beaten? Like, you've beaten nobody." And it's true, isn't it? Because Lana's beaten absolutely nobody. She's even jobbed out to the art of dance, as everybody who saw that NXT house show entrance will attest to. Oh my god, it was so terrible. Look, she'd never see the light of a main roster day. So the chairman of WWE waltzed up to the champion, insulted her a little bit, and then got a championship match as a result of that because Naomi was wound up and wanted to snatch her bout. So this match is going to take place on the same night that the rest of the women's division have to put their lives on the line and contest for the same opportunity in a ladder match. Solana waltzed in, she insulted the champion, and she got the opportunity that the rest of the roster are contesting for in a death-defying match. Now this isn't fair, is it? Not one bit, but I don't care. She's married to my bae Ruru. That means I'm all on board with anything Lana does, the chairman of WWE. The painkillers haven't worn off yet, and I'm not talking sense. But then again, since she is the chairman of WWE, the chairman being, you know, a big wig, she can do whatever she wants, can't she? So this makes complete sense, and there's no yawning plot chasm whatsoever. Am I making sense? The painkiller, oh my god. There was a random shot of the crowd during Kevin Owens' entrance, which looked like the camera of that shot was being operated by Scott Hall in WCW circa 1999. You know, when he was pissed as a fart, just like the Hardcore Championship in WWE circa 2000, 24/7. Well written that, wasn't it? Adam Blompier levels of well writtenness. Simple explanation for this though, there was a distinct lack of those pointless crowd shots during this week's WWE SmackDown Live, which meant one thing, of course. Vince McMahon, after seeing several little children bored at high moments in a pay-per-view, obviously went to Kevin and went, "Who? Kevin, mate, you knocker. I didn't like what you're doing here with these camera shots, you know." And Kevin's obviously just cried and cried and cried because he can't perv on innocent people in the audience. In turn, he cried his way through an entire shift working on WWE SmackDown Live. It got to the main event. There were pools of tears on the table. He was leaning like this. He slipped and knocked the camera on wrong when it shouldn't have been on the screen, and Scott Hall's drunken camera work was seen for all the world. I've been King Ross. I'm on pain medication now, so it might make sense, it might not.